Good morning. Hello. Hello, and welcome. Sorry I'm a minute or two late here. Just, one of those days. Time just disappears, But it's good. There we go. Got my mat rolled out. Do you got your mat rolled out? Are you guys ready for a little bit of yoga? Man, so good. What a beautiful day out. I know we might get a little rain later, which I also welcome. It means I won't have to water this evening. So, cool. Well, let's get started. Today is our gentle-ish style flow class. So we'll take a little movement. Real good for if you are newer to yoga or you don't have that super strong practice. You're not quite at that hot vinyasa craziness level. It's kind of what I like to go for, is something a little in between or just a step below that. But we still like to work hard, or at least I still like to work hard, so that's what I go for. All right, let's dive on down to our mats, getting ready. Oh, beautiful. Look at this, got some nice sun on my back. What a wonderful day. Loving it. Got a nice cup of coffee that I'll have to sneak some coffee into. Excellent. Make sure my clock is up so that I can see the world as it's happening, being aware of each moment. So welcome. I'm Janelle. If we haven't met yet, great to have you with me today for our little class. And as you are getting settled down, whether you want to start seated or laying down is totally your choice, even if you want to start in a chair or on a little stool. If you're not quite ready to sit on the ground yet, that's a great option. Adding a little height to those sits bones can help open up the hips, is a little more gentle on the knees. And if you don't like to sit cross-legged like this, you can always extend a leg or both legs or have a knee up. Something kind of like this. Whatever works good for you. I like the cross-legged though, so that's where I always start. And just starting by rolling those shoulders back and down. Feel how as you press them back and then push them down. Oh, right there, you've just created so much more space for your breath, for your lungs, for that rib cage to expand. Connecting in with that breath. Take a nice big inhale. Really fill the lungs nice and big, and when you feel like your lungs are full, then start to breathe into that abdomen, into that, using that diaphragm area. And exhale nice and slow. Even if you bring a hand just above the heart, and a hand right around just below the belly button, and see if you can move your hands with your breath, using a breath so big that it's not just one hand that's moving, but it's both. Now, oftentimes I cue filling the lungs first because I find that we first off breathe quite shallowly, quite normally. So if you just start by breathing a little deeper, you're filling your lungs. But if you can totally switch to just breathing into that bottom hand, into that abdomen area, and see if you can really just not just expand up and outwards, but see if you can breathe all the way into your back, feeling that low back either press into the floor if you're lying down. That should totally get rid of that little space, that little arch that naturally happens there. Or if you're seated, just imagine it just all the way around, filling up and in. Might take a couple of breaths to really work with that. It is easier to notice if you are laying down. I went and saw my chiropractor yesterday because I have had a rib that was bothering me for a while. Turns out I pulled a little muscle in my rib cage. And but he was talking to me about breathing. And because I told him that taking a big breath in is actually becoming a little painful. And so he was teaching me how to actually properly breathe, which I thought I knew how to do, big belly breathing, but I never really thought about the back half of the body and trying to fill all inside of you, your whole torso area, so much that you're pressing that low back and into the sides out. I always just thought breath in and out, in the front, here we go, we're doing great. So that's the knowledge I'm sharing with you. Start to take those real big breaths as low and all the way around the body. See if you can really visualize it, filling everywhere, up and in, and feeling good. As we start to take these longer breaths, we are able to just become in control of it, so we're not reacting to what's around us. Our breath will always be there no matter what until the day we die. Just breathing in and out. But sometimes we just breathe that top 10% of our lungs. That's actually where most people, like the average breath, happens. And so especially if you're stressed, if you have a busy, really busy life or environment around you, you'll just automatically take those shorter breaths. And so taking some time to be like, hey, no, wait, I need to actually feed my body some oxygen, get some air in those lungs, and take a big breath, and it'll start to calm you down. It'll start to help you feel more grounded and connected, and it'll help you feel more in control. So all that just by taking a couple big breaths, nice and slow, does all that for your body, feels real good, is delightful. So maybe as you're doing that, maybe you start to scan through the body. How are you feeling this morning? How are you doing? How are you doing physically? Have you got some areas that are tight? Do you feel that tension anywhere? Are you just waking up? Is that fascia still a little tight, stuck in? Got that little fuzz feeling? You haven't taken that big good morning stretch yet? You feeling really good in some spots? Or even emotionally, how are you doing today? Did you have good sleep? Are you ready for your day? Are you struggling? Where are you at? Take a little moment, scan in, and remember to breathe. Beautiful. If you like to set an intention for your class or our time together as we move and do some yoga, I think that's really beautiful. I always like to encourage that. So what brought you to your mat today? And what's gonna keep you going? What are you hoping to get out of this time? Maybe it's a little word or a phrase. Maybe it's just a feeling. Whatever it is, make sure it's really rooted in. Maybe repeat it 2 or 3 times, letting it sink in and settle. I feel like I should say cheers every time I take a sip of coffee. Beautiful. Let's start to wake the body up. Wiggling into fingers and toes. Maybe rolling wrists and ankles, getting some of those cracks and those pops out. Maybe flexing through those fingers. I don't know if you're a knuckle cracker, but I still like to flex my fingers, although I don't crack my knuckles much anymore. Still like to wake them up. Get your hasta bandha, your hands ready for a little movement. Maybe you do that into your toes, your pada bandha, your feet. Giving them a nice wiggle and squeeze. I know you can't quite see. I'm moving them around good. Let's take that big inhale, reach those arms up. Nice and big. Oh, so tall. Reaching up. I'm going to just take it easy. Oh, that right side is feeling so not good this morning. That's okay. We can modify it. I will show you that even if you're not feeling your best, you can still modify and get a practice in. Let's exhale. Pull the hands down to heart center. Or if you're laying down, just let the arms go back alongside the body. Beautiful. Let's actually roll down onto our backs. Get a little core work in this morning. Wake up, send some blood flow to those areas. So roll on back and down. Let that spine sink in towards the mat. Keep that chin nice and tucked. So really lengthen through the spine here. Let's take one more nice big inhale. On that inhale, take as much air in as you possibly can. Giant breath. And exhale, start to engage through that core, pull that belly button in towards the spine. Feel how you can strengthen with that exhale. Beautiful. Keep that nice strong exhale, keep those muscles engaged, not just through the core, but maybe notice it through the shoulders, helping stabilize as well. Let's bring those knees in towards the chest. Give them a nice little squeeze, a little rock from side to side. Give that low back a nice little massage. Maybe you're feeling it on your ribs or on your shoulders. I just have to laugh because it's actually super funny. Like I'm cleared, I can do movement and activity, but that muscle is just not a happy camper this morning. That's okay. I will listen to that and I will give him what he needs. Assuming it's a little guy muscle. Rather than with a man cold. You know, where you're really fine, but you're milking it. Sorry guys, but sometimes it's true. Alright, let's find that stillness. Keep that chin nice and tucked. Let's warm up through the legs here. Let's plant the feet right back down in towards the mat, making sure the feet are in line with the sits bones And the knees are tracking in line with that. So the legs aren't spilling open, they're not falling inwards, but you're finding all of that wonderful alignment. Make sure those shoulders are really rolled back and down. You can really feel all of the space that your shoulders take up. Your shoulders are huge. You got shoulder blades and the tops of your shoulders, all of that area. So take a nice big inhale, use that exhale, engage that core. On the next breath, let's push into those feet. Using this motion by pushing it into your feet, that's what's lifting those hips up off the ground. Maybe you're staying nice and gentle here. Maybe you're reaching those fingertips down for those heels, feeling that openness through the heart center, squeezing those glutes, lifting those hips up a little bit more. Feel that nice engagement, nice and strong through the legs. Big inhale, exhale. Maybe you come into your edge, find your max. Rolling onto those shoulders, nice and tall and high, hips pressing up, lots of engagement. You really feel your feet. Maybe you feel your quads and your hamstrings and your glutes, just becoming completely aware of your legs. Excellent. Let's exhale nice and slowly, melting back down onto our mats, one vertebrae at a time. Excellent. Lowering all the way back down. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, side out. One more nice big inhale. This time on that exhale, let's engage through that core. So pull everything in nice and tight and strong. Excellent. Start to press into those feet. Lift those hips up off the ground. Beautiful. Maybe you're staying nice and gentle. Maybe you're really pressing up. Maybe you tuck your hands under your hips for more of that supported bridge. Pushing your hips up a little higher. Let it feel really good wherever you're at. Let's put some pressure into our heels. So pushing extra into the heels, the toes come up off the ground. Feel that little adjustment, that little tweak. You're starting to activate that back line of the body by getting into the heels. Let's roll into our toes. Maybe you bring those toes a little bit closer, send those hips up a little bit higher, feeling that the quads a little more engaged, getting the toes will activate into the front line of the body. So maybe you're becoming aware of that difference. And let's lower down all the way, one vertebrae at a time. Let it feel real good. And coming all the way down. Beautiful. Let's take one more because 3 is just a nice round number, nice complete number. So first, take a nice big breath, really lengthen through the crown of the head, feel the length through the spine. Exhale, engage that core. And then let's press into those feet, lift the hips up, roll it into those shoulders. Feels real good on my shoulders, feels like a little massage on my shoulders. Excellent, nice and strong. Maybe press into the heels a little more, maybe into the toes, maybe you rock back and forth. I'm trying to sense into the difference between one and the other. Excellent. Letting it feel really good. Let's push it up a little higher. Coming a little stronger. Finding your edge, whatever that looks like. Mine's extra gentle today. We'll just work with that. Excellent. Let's roll down nice and slow. And coming all the way down. Beautiful. Once those hips come down, let's counter those little back bends by hugging the knees in towards the chest. Take a nice little rock from side to side, just real quick. Beautiful. So good. Let's hold on to the back of the knees and send the feet up towards the ceiling. Knees can be bent here. It is okay if you have things like tight hamstrings, a tight low back. If you really press into it and it doesn't feel good, if it is painful, then add that little bend. That's okay. It feels real nice. I give you the freedom. I give you the permission to do so. And maybe as we hang out here, you can start to lengthen into those muscles and you can start to extend and maybe flex through the feet, pushing those heels up a little bit higher. Whatever it is, let it feel really nice and good. And let's start to engage into those core muscles. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Take that quick little exhale breath. Nice and strong. And then release the hands. So just using that core to keep things up. If you need a little extra support, press those hands in towards the mat or even tuck them underneath those sits bones. That'll help press that low back in, help stabilize. You can even keep pressing into the arms and the shoulders and your hands more underneath. Beautiful. Let's bring one leg down. It can either be straight or bent. And bring it back up. Switch to the other side. So just lowering and lifting one leg, getting into those hip flexors a little bit, moving through the body, feeling good, feeling those lower abdominals start to engage, start to get a little tension. You'll feel the more you lower your leg down, you'll feel more of that core start to engage. If you want a little more from this, if you're doing this and you're wanting some more core engagement, and that's when you can bring your hands underneath your head, interlace the fingers, and hold the head and the shoulders up. And then keep lowering, so that motion of holding the head up starts to get more into those upper abdominals. It'll add a little extra weight in for them to become aware of. And if you want more still, you can lower the head back down, bring the hands up, then bring either opposite hand down or same hand down, working into those shoulders, working in to those arms a little bit. So wherever you want to be, let it be good. If you still want those hands tucked, let it feel nice. We'll take 10 more here. So here's 1, and 2, and 3. Excellent. Here we go for 4. Remember to breathe. And 5. Keep that core pulling in. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1 more for 10. Beautiful. Feet can plant down and windshield wiper from side to side, giving those hip flexors a nice little break. Feel that nice little movement through the hips. Maybe even a little twist into the spine. Excellent. Let's find our stillness. Send your left leg long, hug the right knee in towards the chest. Just give it a quick little squeeze, hugging it in, starting to stretch out that glute a little bit, sideline of the hips. Hold on to that right leg with the left hand. And start to roll onto that left hip, coming in towards a gentle little twist. Right arm can extend nice and long. And just quick little twist on the spine. See if you can soften. Bring that knee down a little bit more. Maybe you're getting more into the IT band. And I find the higher I bring my knee, the more I'll feel through my IT band. Gaze can go to the right. Take a nice big inhale. See if you can lengthen through the spine. Exhale, settle into it. Beautiful. And start to untwist it. Bring that knee back in. Give it a nice big squeeze. Then send it long. Switching to the other side. The left leg comes in, hugging on to that knee. You can extend through the heel, through that right foot. Squeezing that left knee in a little bit more towards the body. Holding on to it with your right hand, left arm reaches out, and you can start to roll onto that right hip, journeying the leg across the body, and coming into a nice twist. Letting that knee drop as far down as you want it to. So even if you just plant the foot and the knee hangs out up top, that totally works. If you want to start to journey that knee down towards the ground, also a great option. Even if it doesn't touch the ground, you can either use your hand to support it, a little block, let gravity just weigh in. Just feel that nice twist through the body. You want more through that IT band, you can bring that foot up a little higher. Just let it feel nice, let it feel good. Beautiful. One more nice big inhale, let's lengthen. Exhale, settle in. Let every tension melt away. And then let's start to untwist, rolling back onto your back. Hug that left knee in. Send the leg nice and long, and let's make our way up to a seated position. Beautiful. Sitting this time with our legs extended. All right, so you can see I have a light here. I also have a light right in front of me, but maybe if I bring it closer. Who knows, guys? I'm trying. Got a big light up on over there. I do just need to rearrange things, but we'll figure it out. All right, sitting with our legs extended nice and long. Let's start to activate into those feet. Bring those toes up towards the ceiling, making sure the feet are equal distance away from the body, so you're not twisting in. So it's just the big toes closer, little toes aren't closer either. Nice and balanced. And feeling into those sits bones. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Start to really activate into those postural muscles, those back muscles, those core muscles that help with our posture. If this is really painful, you can bring your hands back behind you or even alongside the body. But as you are looking to get stronger, bringing either the hands on top of the legs or making it so that you have to use those muscles to keep those shoulders over the hips. Really good. Nice and active through those feet. This is just called staff pose. We're really just sitting here, but we're working into those muscles. We're working hard to feel it. Keep lengthening, get taller. Let's roll those shoulders. And just take a couple little circles with them. And if you want more, you can think of squares. And so drop your shoulders down, pull your shoulders forward, lift the shoulders up, push the shoulders back. Drop the shoulders down, bring the shoulders forward. That one always feels weird. Lift the shoulders up, push the shoulders back. Just coming into a couple of those, breaking down that motion, or you can just keep the circles. But seeing if you can actually do little squares or rectangles is some huge body awareness, huge muscle control, working into those shoulders. Excellent. Let's give those knees a nice little bounce. Getting into those hip flexors, give them a nice little break. And let's bend the knees, plant the feet, and hugging the knees in towards the chest. Go back, because I can't see anything here. All right, well, that's okay. We'll make it work. I got the sun on my back. That's beautiful. So sitting here, let's lift through the heart, roll those shoulders back and down, really lift and engage. Excellent, as if there's a beam of light shooting out of the heart. Then let's move into our boat pose. So maybe you bring those feet a little bit closer. Maybe you hug on underneath the knees. Find that balance point on those sits bones. Keep rolling those shoulders back. Keep lifting through the heart. So trying to keep this nice length through the spine. And as we start to engage the core a little bit more, maybe you want to bring your hands just gently holding on underneath the knees. And start to feel a little more engagement there. Maybe you want to bring your feet and coming to that nice 90 degrees or shins in line with the floor. Keep rolling those shoulders down, lifting through the heart. And if you want more, you can release the hands. Maybe they're pointing to the toes. Nice and strong. Excellent. If you want more, the more you bring your hands out, so maybe come open like a T. Or if you start to bring your hands up, you'll really start to engage more through that core. Keep pulling those inner thighs up and in. Legs are nice and active. Core is so strong. Excellent. We'll hold here for 3, 2, and 1. And drop it back down. And come into a nice seated position where you bring the soles of the feet to touch. Let the knees fall open. Big inhale to lengthen. Nice flat back. Exhale. Bowing it down. Coming into a forward fold, but with a flat back. So feeling that on the inner thighs. Got some nice external rotation. To make this more gentle on the body, bring the feet farther away from the sits bones. More intensity as you're hugging those feet in nice and close towards the body. Playing on what you need. How do your legs feel today? Nice stretch. Excellent. Start to come on back up, finding your way in seated, bring those knees up, and let's roll right over into our all fours position. Just real quick here, moving up some more through the spine. So hands and shoulders are nice and stacked, knees and hips. Let's inhale, drop the belly down, start to look up. Extend long through that crown of the head. Feel all that length press into those hands. Exhale, tuck the chin, round through that spine. Nice and strong. Pressing into those hands. See if you can arch that back a little more. Taking a few more of these. Inhales to look up. Exhales to curl everything under. Feeling that movement connect with the breath. So even if you feel like you need to exhale, that's fine. Transition and round. Come into that nice angry cat. When you need that inhale, start to look up, drop the belly down. As we connect movement and breath, we're actually creating new neural pathways in the brain. So they used to think that once you started losing brain cells, they were gone for forever. You would never get them back, that was it. Which is where you can't teach an old dog new tricks comes from. But as you do things like yoga or Tai Chi or that mindfulness of breath and movement, those new neural pathways are creating new neurons, which means those brain cells aren't dying. That's not how it works. How cool. All right, let's find our stillness. And let's just tuck the toes right under, come right into a nice downward dog. So pressing into those hands. Knees can be really bent here. I actually really like that to start because you can lengthen through the arms, set those shoulders nice and strong, nice flat back. And then you can work on straightening through the legs and pedaling out the feet. And then if you're hanging out all hunched, and if this is your downward dog, we've got some work to do. We've got to work on some of that alignment. So take a moment, bend the knees, lengthen, flatten that back. And then extend. Maybe walk your feet a little farther away from your hands, creating a little more space. Excellent. Let's come into a nice little flow. So rolling into your plank position, you can drop those knees down if you want. And exhale. Lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, look up, take your little back bend. Maybe you're staying nice and low today. Lower those shoulders away from the ears. And for the most gentle, you can push back up into tabletop using your knees. And then back into that nice downward dog. Beautiful. We'll take one more, so I'll show you how to amp up your flow if you're ready for some more. So you're rolling into your plank position. You can keep those knees up. Coming into our chaturanga. Nice and strong through the arms. Letting the elbows graze the ribs as you lower down. And then pressing right up into your back bend. Shoulders are away from the ears still. And then from here, just simply tucking the toes under and pressing right in to that downward dog. Beautiful. So good. Let's look towards the front of the mat. Hop, step, jump, or tiptoe into that nice forward fold. Let the head hang nice and heavy. Maybe you give that head a little shake now. Release the back. Beautiful. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Press those hands above the knees, roll the shoulders back and down. Lots of length here. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Sweep those arms up, coming into your chair pose. Nice and strong. Let's lengthen nice and strong through the core, through the spine. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, press all the way up, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Feeling oh so good. Let's take those right toes back. Coming into a warrior two to start. So right toes point towards the long edge of the mat. Left toe is pointing forward, so the legs are perpendicular to each other. Bend into that front knee. Adjust your leggings in your outfit. Reach those arms out nice and wide, and gaze goes forward. Use that exhale to sink into it. So inhale, lengthen, adjust your posture. Maybe you're pulling those lower ribs in. Maybe you're pressing through those feet a little bit more. And exhale, nice and strong. Beautiful. And let's straighten through that front leg, reach it up nice and tall. Exhale, sink it down. So feeling that movement, maybe that back leg is just staying straight and your front leg is doing all the work. Reaching up, coming down. Let's do two more. Excellent. Feeling that movement, feeling that breath. Exhale, nice and strong. Keep opening those arms up nice and wide. Feel the heart lifting like that little beam of light is coming out. Beautiful. Let's drop elbow down to knee. Reach right arm up. Maybe up towards the ceiling. Maybe you want it reaching overhead. Letting it feel good. Maybe you want to sink a little deeper. And if you want more, start to bring that elbow more to the inside of the leg. Maybe that arm drops down. Maybe you can reach down for the ground. Remembering to smile, remembering to let it feel good. Let's press into those feet, sweep it all the way up. Beautiful, warrior two. Excellent, nice and strong. Let's straighten through that front leg, reach those arms up. Yes. Exhale, sink it down. You can't see it, but Callie's made a den under the table and she's super cute. Inhale up. Exhale down. And up, sweep it up nice and tall. Exhale, sweep it down. Two more, reaching up, feeling those arms start to get nice and active. Getting some good movement in. Exhale, back into that nice warrior two. Bend through that knee. Flip your left palm facing upwards. And let's tip things back behind us. Coming into our exalted warrior. So hand can go down the leg. Hand can be on the hip. Hand can go behind the back. Keep bending into that front knee. Keep reaching that back arm up and over. Feeling that nice stretch through the side body. Beautiful. One more nice big inhale. Really lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Let's release the arms. Come on back to our warrior two. One more round. Straighten through the leg. Reach it up. Exhale, back down. Nice and strong through those arms. Reach it up. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Let it out. Two more. Excellent. Sink it down. And up. And down. Nice and strong. Beautiful. Bring those hands to heart center. Pressing into them. Activate. Roll those shoulders back. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Bend into that front knee. Let's twist towards the left. That back foot hopping up onto those heels or those toes. Transitioning this, hips are now pointing forward. If you want more, keep twisting towards the left. Keep rolling that left hip back. Keep pushing right hip forward. Nice little twist here. If you want more, you can bow it down, add a little fold in. Maybe you hook that elbow, pressing in towards the hands. Excellent. Nice and strong through those legs. Extend so long through the crown of the head. Pressing into those back toes, really activating. Let's release and come on back up. A little moment here in this little high lunge position. Roll left hip back, feel that nice stretch on the right quad. Beautiful. Let's release the hands and step towards the top of the mat. Beautiful. So good. Excellent. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Maybe you interlace the fingers, coming to steeple. Exhale, engage the core, pull that belly button in. Bend the knees, sink the hips, and coming into our chair pose. But keep pulling that belly button in, keep using that low back so that you're not tipping the pelvis, having that huge scoop on the back. See if you can flatten that back out. Sweep those arms up, nice and strong. Sink a little lower. Exhale, lower down into your forward fold. So good. Let it feel nice. Let this be your little recovery pose. Maybe you're stretching out those hamstrings. Trying not to hyperextend through the knees. Imagine lifting the kneecaps. A little bounce to the knee. And let's inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees so you can plant your hands in towards the neck. Big step back. Push into a nice downward dog. Option here, hold the downward dog. Drop the knees, take a child's pose. Or take two little flows. Coming to your plank position. Lower it down. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. Take a moment to actually breathe in this downward dog. Take a nice big inhale. Nice full exhale. Beautiful. Let's move to our plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. Did it feel really good? If you're in that child's pose, let's press back up into our downward dog. Pressing into those hands, feeling the toes connecting in, maybe give them a little squeeze. Let's look to the front of the mat. Big giant step towards the top of the mat. Or hop or jump. Folding forward. Taking a nice big inhale. Nice full exhale. Outstanding. Are you in control of your breath right now? Or is it controlling you and you're just reacting to it? Let's inhale, halfway lift. Press into those hands, roll those shoulders back and down. So long through the crown of the head. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Sweep those arms up. Nice chair pose. Lengthen. Exhale, sink. So strong through those legs. So good. Press all the way up to standing. Reach it up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Feeling sweet. Feeling delicious. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. This time, stepping your left foot back and coming into that warrior two. I'm going to make the front of my mat the opposite, so my back isn't towards you. So those left toes are pointing towards the long edge of the mat. Right toes pointing forward. And take a moment, adjust the feet, get nice and strong. Imagine that left hip sitting open. See how I do that? My shoulders are now pointing this way. Now I've got shoulders at north and south just by focusing on that left hip. And sweep those arms up. Beautiful, nice and strong. Keep pressing into those legs. And let's take our little straighten movements. So straighten through the legs. Reach those arms up. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Lower it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Beautiful. Keep that movement connected with the breath. Feeling good. Last one. Exhale, warrior two. Beautiful. So strong through those feet. Let's drop that elbow down towards the knee. And coming into our extended side angle. So even if you're just hanging out here, if those shoulders are really tired, that's okay. It's a great option. Still getting some side bend happening as we drop that down. You can even drop the elbow down and reach down from the ground, even if your hand's not reaching up. Or if you want that little bit extra, I like that because as I reach my arm up, I remember to roll that shoulder back. Feels really good. Maybe you want that hand overhead. So strong. Remember to enjoy this. One more full breath here. See if you can lengthen, get so tall. And exhale, press into the feet. Let's use that movement to cartwheel back up. Beautiful warrior two. Let's give that leg a break. Straighten, reach up. Exhale, sink. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, sink it down. Reach up. And down. Beautiful. Couple more. Feel that nice connection. Feel those shoulders be nice and strong. Exhale, sink back into your warrior. Make sure that knee is aligned over the ankle. Not so much this way, so even here, but more so that knee isn't falling inwards or dragging outwards. Beautiful. Arms are extended. Right hand flips upwards. And tip it back, coming into our exalted warrior. Beautiful. Let it feel really good. Hand down the leg, on the hip, behind the back. Keep reaching up overhead. Feel that nice side bend stretch. Beautiful. So nice, so good. Let's come on back to our warrior two. And last round, straighten through the leg, reach it up. Nice and tall. If you want more from this, imagine that resistance. Imagine moving through honey like you really got to work to bring your arms up and you really got to press them down. Here's 3. Excellent. And 4. Big inhales. And 5. Reach it up. Take a little moment, get nice and tall. Exhale, sink back into that warrior. Get nice and strong. Low ribs. Tucking in, core is engaged. Little tuck of the pelvis. Bring the hands to heart center. And let's spin towards the right. Pressing into those back toes. Aligning those hips forward. Hopping up onto those back toes. Beautiful little high lunge. Roll right hip back. Press left hip forward. And let's keep twisting towards the right. Maybe you're staying up nice and tall. I always like to start the twist there. And then exhale, sink it down. Pressing into that knee with my elbow. And pressing into my hands. And to deepen the twist, trying to bring my hands in line with that sternum. Big inhale to lengthen. Exhale, press into those feet. Get nice and strong. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale, use those feet. Let's unhook. Come on back up. Keep holding this nice lunge. Maybe sink a little deeper. Let's get a nice quad stretch happening. Pressing into those back toes. The more you bring your shoulders over the hips, the more lengthening will happen through that left hamstring. Right through that left quad. Beautiful. Let's bring our arms up. And step towards the top of the mat. Beautiful. So nice and tall. Let me switch back to my proper top. Otherwise it's weird. This is where I'm at. Let's inhale, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach it up. So tall. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips. Start to come into your chair pose. I'm going to bring my feet a little wider for this one, just so I can play around a little bit. Imagine pressing those knees into a strap or a band. You can bring those hands to heart center. Give those shoulders a little break if you want. Then inhale, lengthen. Pull that belly button in. Nice and strong through the core. Exhale, sink a little deeper. And coming down as low as you want. Keep those legs nice and active though. Let's press it up. Exhale, sink. Reach it up. Exhale, sink. Let's take one more of those. Pulsing it up nice and tall. Exhale. Exhale, holding here. Bring those elbows down towards the knees. Then tip it over into your forward fold. So even if your feet are still a little bit wider here, that could feel really good on your back, on your body. If not, you can heel toe them in a little bit closer. Connecting with that breath. Take a nice big inhale. See if you can lengthen through the spine. Exhale to hinge from the hips. Push into those feet to lift those sits bones up a little higher. And drop the hands down. Reach for opposite elbows. Beautiful, so good. Let's inhale. Halfway lift. Nice and tall. Exhale, bend the knees so you can plant the hands into your mat. Take that step back into a downward dog. Beautiful. Last two flows. Here they come. Options to hold your downward dog or take a child's pose. Or if you want to float out, let it be good. Shoulders away from the ears. Then downward dog. Hold that downward dog for 1 to 2 full breaths. See if you take that nice big inhale. Exhale, strengthen. Beautiful. Let's come into our second little flow. Come into plank. Lower it down. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. Hold it here. 1 or 2 breaths. Now let's drop the knees nice and wide. And take a little child's pose. Feel the hips release. Stretch out the back, stretch out the arms. Starting to connect in with that breath. Letting you decide whether you want to be the thermometer and just tell the temperature in the room, or a thermostat where you control the temperature in the room. Your choice to be reactive to the circumstances around you, or take charge of how you react and what you express, and that can change the whole mood in a room. Have you ever been really upset and come home to a happy house and you feel the happiness get sucked away by your upsetness. And sometimes that's really valid. And if there's grief that you need to share with the family, don't put on and fake happiness. But sometimes we can take a big breath, decide to choose joy. Choosing joy does not mean that we're suppressing things. Maybe you are waiting to express it, but doesn't mean it goes away for forever. It's choosing to be who you want to be. Let's press into those hands. Come into that nice tabletop and rotate down onto our backs. Finding that balance of choosing when to express those moments of frustrations, those negative emotions, is really important. Beautiful. Knees bent, feet planted. Right ankle onto left knee. Open up that right knee. And send it back. Nice little recline, figure four. The more you send it back, the more you might feel on that hip flexor through that IT band. If you've never really tried to push your knee back in this pose, oh, it feels so good. For me, it gets all the good spots. Then release. Keep that same shape with your feet. And float left leg up, reaching on. Wherever you want to grab, whether you want to grab right foot and knee, whether you want to reach on through to grab behind the left thigh. Whatever it is, let it feel good. Hug those knees in towards the body. You'll feel that now through the hamstring, kind of more the back line of that right leg, through the hip. Let it feel good. Try to relax those shoulders and slight tuck of the chin. Beautiful. Feeling that release, letting it go. So, to conclude, I'm not ever trying to tell you to suppress your emotions and not deal with them and to have toxic positivity. I am encouraging you that there's a time and a place for everything. And as we can sense into that and understand that, we can encourage our emotions to find that proper time and place. Beautiful. I'm taking a little rock from side to side. Feels really good. You are welcome to as well. I give you permission to explore movement in this pose. Maybe you want to bring those left toes up towards the ceiling. Keep pulling those legs in though. That foot does not have to stay perfectly in line with the ceiling or the ground. They can come in a little closer. Excellent. One more nice big inhale here. Really lengthen through that spine. Exhale, maybe pull a little deeper, find that edge. Nice. Inhale. And exhale. Bend through that left knee. Start to plant that foot back down. Uncross the legs. Take a moment here. Notice the difference between left and right side. Just becoming aware of it. Beautiful. Right ankle onto left knee, coming into that other side. First, let's send that left knee back, opening up into that hip, into that IT band, getting more of that side line of the leg. Finding that openness. Try to keep those shoulders relaxed, that head, chin nicely tucked. So good. Let's release that. Keep the same shape with the legs and start to float right leg up. Hugging those legs in, grab it on wherever you want. If grabbing onto your thigh doesn't deepen enough, you can always reach for shin. That'll hug the legs in a little more. Or you can reach for your right foot. Ankle, toes, whatever you want to grab onto, bind onto. Just don't overdo it. Feel what feels good on the left hip. Embrace that delightful sensation. Beautiful. Taking that nice little rock from side to side. Feeling delightful, feeling good. And you find your stillness. Maybe that right foot goes up towards the ceiling. You hug those legs in. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Just see if you can use a little bit through the arms to keep those legs in place. Let's inhale, lengthen through the spine, through the crown of the head. Exhale, maybe you deepen, coming to that edge. Inhale, lengthen, nice and tall. And exhale, start to release that pose. Bring your bend back to that right foot. Releasing the hands, maybe planting that right foot down and uncrossing the legs. Windshield wiper from side to side. Let it feel good, let it feel nice. Excellent. Find your stillness and either hug the knees into the chest or reach through the knees for the feet. Coming into a nice happy baby. Feet up towards the ceiling, knees draw in towards the body. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Maybe even pull into the feet, kick into the hands. Extend that head nice and long. Maybe it floats up just for a moment. And release it all back down. Great little hip stretch to finish off the class. Good resetting of the spine. And now, before you settle into your Shavasana, is there another pose that you need? Is there another movement that your body is craving? This is the time to listen into that and to take that pose or movement, even if it doesn't have an official yoga name. You can always make one up for it. Feel how it feels good. Maybe you want a little reclined cobbler, soles of the feet to touch, knees fall open. You can come into the nice boss arms, get a nice stretch through the arms, through the underarms. I call them boss arms. It's just the hands interlaced behind the head, elbows opening up. Because I always imagine sitting in the top floor of an office, corner office with all those big windows, one of those big fancy chairs. You finish a hard day of work. Kick your feet up on the desk and you lean back into your chair and you come into this arm position. That's what I imagine. That's why I call it boss arms. I think of it every time. Beautiful. All right, if you're done exploring some movement and you're ready to settle into your final pose, start to explore what that looks like, that traditional corpse pose. His feet extended long, arms alongside the body. Roll those shoulders back and down though. Tuck the chin. Gotta have palms facing upwards to keep that openness through the collarbone, through that heart center. Feet fall open. Body is completely relaxed. You're starting to feel really good. And start to connect in with that breath. See here, if you can breathe into your low back. Filling that abdomen. Take a nice big inhale. See if you can start the breath really low. So not starting at the top of your lungs, start it right from the base of your torso. Big inhale. So nice and tall. Exhale, nice and slow. You can actually take a super huge inhale if you're breathing from your diaphragm, from this abdomen, this belly area. And so if you're just taking like a 2 or 3 second breath, you've got way more space to really expand not just the top of your stomach, but think about the sides. Keep pressing into that low back. Big inhale, so giant and huge. And see if you can do this without moving the ribs. That's my task for my chiropractor. So I'm gonna just do that exercise now. But it's really interesting because I've always learned to fill the lungs, expand the rib cage, and then breathe into the abdomen. So it feels slightly foreign to me, but it's a really healthy way to breathe. It really starts to stimulate that vagus nerve, that parasympathetic nervous system. Moving with that breath. Scanning the body. How are you feeling now after a little movement? Do you notice any change or difference? That's why we scan the body at the beginning of class. Builds awareness to how you're feeling and maybe how you might need to modify or listen to your body. And then at the end of class, we look for any differences just to build that awareness. Maybe there is no difference. Maybe you feel the exact same. I hope not. I hope that little movement feels different. Yes, welcome to yoga at home. There's things and distractions. That's okay. Learning to cope with them. I could have reacted really angrily, but it wouldn't help. There's no point. It's out of my control. I can just choose how I respond. And I choose to respond with compassion and love. Beautiful. I will leave you here in your Shavasana to continue on, connecting in with your breath, connecting in with your body, feeling good, taking your time. I thank you so much for joining me. If you're rewatching this or if you caught the live, it's excellent. I do these every morning at 8 a.m. Monday to Friday. And on Saturday I sleep in and we do it at 9:30. So it's really fun. Sorry it's so dark. I didn't rearrange the living room yesterday. Maybe today. We'll see. But I've got things to do. So we'll see. Garden's got to get planted. It's going to rain. Okay, beautiful. I pray that the rest of your day is filled with moments of joy and that you are always blessed. Thank you and namaste. Beautiful.